Tokyo Highway. This is a very fun, competitive dexterity game where you're using wooden sticks that look like popsicle sticks and little wooden cars to build a Tokyo Highway. Now, not having been to Tokyo, I can't say how, actual it's going to be and how it looks, but there's buildings which are represented by wooden blocks that you get to place at the start, and you just place them anywhere on the table. Then you start with a number of cylinders in your collection and a number of these sticks and your color cars. Your object is to essentially build one long extended road, and every time you can cross over another player's stick or be the first to cross under that stick, you get to place a car. It's even possible to place 2 or 3 cars if you are the first to go over multiple roads. Now they have to be other players' roads, so you're incentivized to continually wrap back around and kind of go up and over each other's roads. Now these roads are essentially balanced by placing columns of those cylinders and then extending a new wooden stick out. You're limited in this, in that, of course, you're limited by the number of pieces you start with, and as you place a new road, the new connecting column has to be 1 cylinder higher or 1 cylinder lower than the previous one. So you're forced to go up or forced to go down. You can't stay at the same height. Now that also prevents some of your options on, how high you can make this and how many roads you'll get to make, because you're limited on how many cylinders you start with. So you don't want to get too high on it, and you don't want to, get too far on your own, because then when you try to turn around and try to get to other players' roads and try to get your cars out on them, which is the point here, you might run out of space or run out of cylinders. It's a very tedious dexterity game. There's a lot of really tiny spaces to work in because you have to get these roads just right without knocking anything off. You are penalized if you knock someone's stuff off. For every piece of another player's that you knock off, you have to give them one of your components, whether it be a cylinder or a wooden stick, and you have to fix it. And if you can't fix it or you make more mistakes, then you have to pay those as well. So it is this sort of balancing and placement dexterity game that can be a lot of fun, but if you have a shaky hand, this may not be the game for you. But I always have a good time playing this. It's highly competitive and always looks really interesting and really cool after all the roads get placed out there. And just to see the kind of crazy twists and turns that the roads do in and out over each other to get their cars out, really is cool looking. And the cars themselves are really small because they have to fit on these wooden popsicle sticks, which they give you these tweezers to use if you really want to help place the car or place a component that might be difficult to get to with your finger. So yeah, it's very interesting. It looks cool, and it's pretty simple to play, and it's a lot of fun. Doesn't take too long to play. I highly recommend checking out Tokyo Highway.